Now the session is open for queries.
Okay. Okay, ma'am, we have some questions here. So you have covered in detail about the potential that we have for solar energy towards future energy demand, meeting the energy demand and stuff. So first thing, ma'am, as you pointed out, I mean, India, we are in a place, geologically in a place that we receive a lot of sunlight throughout the year. But despite that, we are not at all, close to reducing the consumption of fossil fuels as Western countries do. For example, Germany. They are, as you pointed out, Germany is in Europe, close to close to the pole. Most of the times, they are facing this extreme cold winter, right? But despite that, they are doing much better in terms of percentage of renewable energy that they are producing, right? And we are not at all, we are nowhere close to what they are doing. So what do you think the reason, ma'am, and how do we proceed further to, get close or catch up with them? Ma'am, you need to unmute a mic, I guess.
Thanks, Doctor, for the query. Actually, I feel that in the recent past, India is doing quite impressive. They are taking an impressive leap, because in the last 2 years, in the last 5 years, as I already discussed, is almost about 12% hike, which is a major number as far as. But the problem is that we are so used to this conventional energy resources, and also even in Kerala, for example, we rely more on this water. That means we are more prone to this conventional dam and this water energy, rather than hydropower, rather than the solar. Even though we can have that potential to have the plan. But another problem is that in India, what India is facing is we are so densely populated. And we don't have that much large areas of land, available land, to erect this kind of like farms, or the solar farms, or even the wind farms. And that is a major hurdle India is facing. Whereas in the European countries, or in the places, even in the Middle East, they are doing incredibly well in the solar power generation, because their land, the density, the population density is quite less. So for them to avail a land is not a big issue. For us, it's a big thing. And so again, the cost comparison also you have to take into account, by the land cost as well as the erection and the electricity production. Still, in many places, I feel again the use of fossil fuels will be more economical, because of this, like the land constraints, as well as the technology, the lack of technology, or the what you call, not the lack of technology, I would say. That means the cost in the erection of this kind of issues, that is not making us like so attracted to this solar energy. And also people are also having like that conventional belief of that they say that sometimes it can happen, maybe in the rainy season it will not work, because they don't know if with this combination of these batteries and everything, this can work all through the year. But that awareness we don't have, especially for the solar. And wind energy, if you take, it is like a massive structure, and that is where the Germany, or in the European countries, in Netherlands, they are doing extremely well. Why? Because they are having that land area, and they are away from the urban environment, so they can very well do power generation for that country. It's not a big deal. India, many constraints are there in that aspect, but still I think we are on that positive like way. We have like I feel we will do fine, Doctor, that in near future. Our future is bright. That's what I believe.
Let's hope our future gets brighter. Yes. Okay, ma'am. Thank you. And
Doctor,
yes, ma'am. And we have some more questions as well from the students. And one question is on the cost of the solar system. That is, generally it is very expensive, and that's one of the reasons why even we as people, even at the household level, if you want to use that, people feel like it's very expensive to have a solar system in home. So how do we, what to say, tackle this one? Is it possible in near future to reduce the cost of this solar systems and get better efficiency?
Actually, now, for example, Doctor, the next thing is that as per the what you call the projected prediction by 2020, for example, in India, for 1 kilowatt hour, we are around having a charge of around 5 to 6 rupees. Whereas if the things are going in this way, by 2021, we will have like from the PV or from the wind, we will have like electricity available at the rate of 2 rupees per kilowatt hour.
That's great.
So that is the first major breakthrough. But at the same time, what restricting people from the use of this one, the wind is not anyway, it's not an attractive one for the household things. The PV will be an option, but the initial erection cost will be like, okay, it will be higher than what you think. Like maybe it is around the cost of, according to your house or like your usage, maybe you need like a large area on your balcony or like upstairs or the roof. And many criteria are there, like for example, in the erection procedure, in order to maximize the efficiency, the what you call that glazing angle is also very important. That means how well the light is falling. To have like the maximum absorption, it has to be like normal. So depending on your place in the wherever your place, depending on that, you have to tilt your PV panel to maximize the absorption. So in this kind of technically, like we are not so sound. That's what I feel. So most of the times after the erection, we face that kind of problem, which make this like less attractive for the common person. But theoretically, as well as like the prediction by the International Renewable Energy Association, as well as the Mercom Solar Energy Project, you can refer the Government of India website. In that one, they predict that by 2021, the electricity, the major the consumption of the electricity in India will be from renewable energy resources, with the cost will be reduced. That's what they promise, but I don't know whether it will happen. But theoretically, this is what's the projection: 2 rupees for the renewable, as well as for this one. Currently, it is 6 rupees. So I think it is economical.
Okay, ma'am. Thank you. And next question is, which type of solar technology will be better for household usage?
PV, no doubt. No doubt, doctor. It's PV, because solar thermal, for example, if you want to use in household purposes, for example, thermal. Solar thermal, we call it as a technique, we are using it every day. For example, to dry your clothes, you are putting it outside. That is solar thermal. If you want to, for example, dry your food syrup, something it's wet, you just put it outside. That to make contact amount like this thing, we just keep it outside. But on the other hand, to produce the electricity, it is like a two-step process for solar thermal. And as I already discussed, solar thermoelectric power plants, again, it needs a large area, and to produce the requirement to your home also, you need that 2 types of collectors. One like a receiver like, and also the reflector. So that arrangement will be there to produce the electricity generation. So which is not so attractive right now, but for a locality, for a location, of course, we can do that concentrated solar thermoelectric power plant, and we can distribute through the grid. But individually, if you take the houses, it will be always PV, because you can tune the output. If you put 10 PV panels, the output is this. If you put 22 PV panels, depending on your load, depending on your requirement, you can add the PV panels, and your output you can vary. But in the solar thermoelectric, we don't have that option. But of course, you can make a solar thermo power plant in one place. You can take that generated electricity into a grid, and then you can supply. That is another option. But individually, of course, PV will be an option.
Okay, ma'am. Thank you. And one more question regarding the research opportunities for students from physics and chemistry background in this direction, that is in solar energy or renewable energy. What kind of research opportunities would be there in future? for them?
I think India, thank you, Doctor, again for the questions. I'm not thanking you in between, but again, actually, this one, the PV is in India. I think major researches are going in different universities as well as also in abroad, especially in the thin film PV panels. That means the thin film technology is now booming with different organic PV cells are happening. So, in order to increase the efficiency as well as to reduce the cost. That's where the major like the challenge is going on, and even to make like reflective coatings in order to reduce the refractive index of the silicon cells, because silicon is having a higher refractive index around 3.4. So that is reducing the efficiency of the solar PV panels to a great extent, because this is reflecting most of the sunlight. So in order to reduce that, you need like an anti-reflective coating. So this is like that also, that is another major research. It is happening related to this PV panels in order to produce better anti-reflective coatings in order to enhance the efficiency. And also nano-structured research is going on, and also graphene. So there are like the opportunities are innumerable in Europe, in US as well as in India. So if the student is having that drive, of course they should pursue in that field, because this is a booming field.
Yes, ma'am. Ma'am, we have one more question. As you pointed out that we have this issue of land in India. One student, Harish, he has this question. Okay, ma'am, how about having a big solar plant in a desert and make use of the electricity generated there to the cities or households? Would that be, we have deserts, right? So would that be possible? That's what he's.
Yes, Harish as well as Doctor. This is a very good question. This is what I just said some time before. Actually, for example, if you don't consider the individual houses or individual supply of electricity, what is the option? You can always produce electricity in one place, and you can distribute through your existing grid. So that means existing electricity supply. And then this is just like you are using the fossil fuels. So this is the aim of even the PV farm or PV plants, that is, and also this concentrated solar thermoelectric power generation techniques. That means your plant will be somewhere away, and you produce, you distribute it through the lines to the grid, and the grid will be giving it to your household. But again, the issue in India is that we are, for example, in Middle East in next year, I think the 2021, they are opening the largest solar power plant as well as a concentrated solar thermal power plant in Saudi Arabia. It is, and here the thing is that in India, we are also having the desert, and we can, of course, have this one. But the distribution cost, the line cost from that distribution from that power source, power generation center to our places, maybe it will not be that economical. I think that is another reason, that distribution line, that how much you have to put that lines, and you have to carry that energy from there to your existing grid. That will be another challenge. So that is I think these things are making the renewable energy less attractive as compared to the conventional, what you call the non-renewable energy resources, because we are so used to that we don't want to change. That is the issue.
That's also.
So, but I think Harish, as you said, it is possible. You can always produce and then you can distribute. But in many places, they are doing it also. But in India, already many farms are there. Concentrated solar thermal energy plants are there in India. In Rajasthan, we are having a plant. In Andhra, we are having a plant in concentrated solar thermal as well as PV. And they are doing it like that. It is, the plant is somewhere and you are distributing it to another places. In Kurnool, that what I discussed some time before for the power plant, there the whole Kurnool district is supplied by that power generation in that farm. So that whole houses are, I think around 3,000 houses are there. It is powered by that energy resource, energy power that you derive from that PV farm. So that is possible, quite possible.
Okay, ma'am. Thank you. Thanks for your clear answer. And one student wants to ask something directly to you. And
yes, of course you can.
Yes, Niveda. Yes, you can ask her.
Yes, sir. Good afternoon, ma'am.
Yes, Ravi.
Actually, you had previously told that for household purposes, PV panels are best for its use. But PV panels will cause more pollution, no, ma'am. But our ultimate aim is to reduce that. But on the other hand, using it for households will, like, the more we use, it might cause more pollution, no, ma'am. So how can we tackle that?
Niveda, sorry, Niveda, what is the reason that you said that it is causing pollution? What made you think so?
Ma'am, because the material that is used to make it and the chemicals that we use to polish it are...
Actually, Niveda, there is also a misconception that if you look into a PV panel, around 76% of the PV panel is constituted by the glass. That is one major thing you should remember, that we will think that it is okay, everything is only from this what you call that, silicon or whatever thing. Silicon is contributing around 5% in the case of crystalline silicon wafers, but if you take into thin film, it is only less than 1%, as compared to 76% and 86, 89 or 90% in the crystalline as well as in the thin film. And all these things can be recycled. So only during the production state you are producing the pollution, what you call as a pollution. That means in the manufacturing, the industry. But as compared to the existing technology, for example, a coal power plant, you take. The coal power plant is producing how much carbon dioxide emission? For every 1 kilowatt hour of energy that you are producing around like 10 kilo of carbon dioxide emission. And that's quite a high number. How much energy you are using all over the world. So as compared to that, the amount of pollution that is produced by this PV panel will be 1 by maybe 1,000 or 1 by 1 lakh or whatever it is. The number will be quite less. So, and regarding the recycling, and also another thing is that always, if you say pollution, if you say something is renewable, that means you can always recycle it. You can reuse it. So that is the advantage of renewable energy resources. For example, even the PV panel, once you dismantle, if it is bad after 15 years, you dismantle it. The glass, you can recycle. The metals, you can recycle. So only that silicon, even by the etching process, they are recycling it. So actually, I feel it is not as worse as you think. It is still a very promising one as compared to the existing energy resources that you are using. That's my opinion.
Yes, ma'am. Thank you, ma'am.
No problem, Niveda.
Okay, thank you, ma'am. And students, if you have any questions, you can ask ma'am directly, or otherwise we can move to the feedback, and then we can wind up the session. Niveda, now you can take over the session.
Yes, sir. Thank you, ma'am. I would like to take this opportunity to thank you on behalf of my classmates from physics and my batchmates from chemistry for this informative session. We are so glad that you shared with us your knowledge, and this indeed will boost our awareness. And now I would like to open the forum for some words of feedback.
Good afternoon, ma'am. This is yeah, ma'am. I heard your talk. It is so very good, ma'am. From the UG level up to the research level, you have explained very well, ma'am. Actually, I feel that this may be my opportunity to hear your talk, ma'am. So this through this webinar, I have seen a person that who speaks from the basic up to the high level, where even a student and a researcher, anyone can understand the whole concept. So I have another one question, ma'am. When we use this solar panel for the household purposes, normally if we use an inverter or like that, it will take, we have to reinstall it for after 5-year period like that. Is it?
Mm-hmm.
Yes, but normally the persons will think that paying an electricity bill of about 1000 or 1200 every month, that cost is good enough, comparable to reinstalling the inverter after a 5 years or 3 year period, or maintenance costs like that. Can we have any other replacement for that, ma'am?
Actually, thanks for a very good question, sir.
Thank you, ma'am. Thank you. Yes, ma'am.
Actually, this is another thing that is that people are like afraid to use this PV in household things because of the cost of the battery as well as the inverters. Because if you want use it in normal household purposes, you need to have that combination. You have to store your energy using the battery, which are quite expensive. At the same time, the inverters also that to convert the DC into AC. So these two things are making it PV. It's less attractive, as you said. But I think major researches are going on, and the cost of this, I forgot to add that graph. I think the cost of this, what you call the batteries as well as the inverters are going in the, and the performance are increasing. So we are in the right direction. That means we very soon, I feel this combination will have like less cost, and it will be having more lifespan as compared to what you call as a normal conventional electric supplies, or like the wiring or whatever it is. That means maybe 20 years, 30 years, you are guaranteed that nothing will go wrong. So then in that case, the future will be more bright as compared to now. But I think I forgot to add that graph about this question. That means there is a graph. If you just search in internet, you will see that the cost as well as the performance of these batteries and inverters that you use in this PV panel are steadily in the rise. So that means the cost is decreasing, the performance is increasing. That means the lifespan. So I think very soon we will get some good news. That means maybe high performance.
Thank you.
Okay, okay, thanks for this question.
Thank you, ma'am. I too expect that as Bill Gates' dream has come true, definitely our researchers' dream should also come true, that every house should have a solar panel for energy storage, ma'am. Yes, so that we can save our environment, and it is also eco-friendly, ma'am.
True, very true, very true, very true.
Yes, ma'am.
Thank you.
Thank you, madam. Thank you.
Thank you, Nilofer ma'am. And thank you, Preethy Rajesh ma'am, for being patient and clarifying our doubts. At the session, I would like to extend my gratitude to our honorable chief guest and to each one of you. Thank you, one and all. Have a good day.
Thank you so much, one and all.
Thank you, ma'am. Thanks a lot.
Thank you, Dr.
Thanks a lot
Ramesh,
for being with us and explaining everything in detail and spending so much time.
No issue, no issue.
Answer all the queries with patience.
Yes, my pleasure.
Once again, and you are doing it selflessly. That's one thing worth mentioning. These days, it's hard to find people like you. And once again, I thank you for that. Thanks a lot.
Okay, thank you, Doctor. Thank you.
Thank you, madam.
Yeah, thank you. Thank you, Nilofer. Bye.